Here is a quick tip for working with text in Claro, Domino 1 Claro. And this is when you may have already designed a slide that has a particular amount of text in a field, and maybe you have a stakeholder or a subject matter expert that has come back to you and said, we need to add a lot more content. Well, you've already designed the screen or the slide to hold the original amount of content, and you'd rather not do a complete redesign just to be adding more text. So you're thinking to yourself, wow, wouldn't it be great if we could just add that extra text and put a scroll bar in the text field? And while you can't just add that in our regular text fields, you can add something that we call a container that will give you those options. And so what I will do is delete this text field here. I will go up here to Engage, come over here to the containers, and I'm going to select from the panels, but the one I want is the one that is without a header and a footer. So we're going to select that. We're going to add it to our page, and now it's going to function. You can give it columns and headers and columns just like you would a full page, say in Flow. And so this acts like its own, like it's called a container. So what we'll do just to keep this easy is add a single row, single column container, and add this text in here, and we'll use our fancy lorem ipsum generator to put in 5 paragraphs of content. Boom. And just like that, it has now added a scroll bar for your viewing pleasure. And if we were to take a current page preview of this, you can see we've got the scroll bar on the right, we've got all this content, and now your user can scroll through just fine. In some cases, you may not want to have a scroll bar in the middle of your Claro project, but in certain moments, especially when it's one of those times where you had it perfectly designed for an original amount of text and somebody came and said, you know what, we need to add a lot more, this is a fantastic solution. It's also a fairly hidden gem in the containers section. If you don't often go to the drop down arrow to see all of your different options, you may miss that there is a panel container with no header and no footer. So keep that in mind as you're thinking about adding text to your Claro projects.